Hi guys, welcome back to another plan with me using pattern paper, this time from Target and our Happy Planner box sponge. And we're gonna be using them to create some fun gift tags to decorate our spread, so let's get started. But first, let's take a quick look into the papers that we are gonna be using today. As you can see, they are from K & Company and I got them a while back. They are double-sided and I like that they are not super thick. They are a little more towards the lightweight paper side rather than the heavyweight cardstock side. And as you can see, they have very muted colors, which I really like a lot, especially during this time of the year, because even though it is not fall yet, we are almost there and I am already in the mood of fall. So I think these papers are gonna be perfect for today's spread. And like I said at the beginning, we're gonna be creating some tags, some kind of birthday tags. Since this is my father's birthday week, I thought it was more than appropriate. And here, as you can see, I already pulled out some of the washi tape that I thought was gonna match really beautifully these papers. And I placed a tiny bit of them right there in the inner front cover of the paper pad. That way I will always have them in there and I will always know what washi tapes go well with these colors and papers and patterns. So if in the future I want to use them again and I don't have time to go through my entire washi tape collection, I already have quite a few washi tape rolls that I know will look beautifully with these papers. And tags are pretty trendy and they look super nice and cool in any spread, I think. So I was inspired by many different crafters that tend to use tags in their scrapbooks and spreads and whatnot, but especially by Claudia from White Sugar Designs. If you're not following her yet on Instagram and YouTube, go ahead and give her a follow because she always makes beautiful stuff. Anyhow, I personally decided to make my own tags and use my Happy Planner box sponge as the base to create them in the most perfect size for my classic Happy Planner. And as you can see, I just sponged a bunch of boxes as usual, and then I am taking one of the boxes and I am drawing the lines how I think I will want the tag to look and to turn out at the end. Anyhow, I am cutting out only one side and then I am using that cutout piece as a guide to cut out the other side so that they turn out pretty much identical and symmetrical. And I had done one already as a practice, but I wanted to show you the process. Anyhow, looking back at it, since I wasn't gonna make only one tag, I was gonna make a bunch of them. I could have just done one side on one box and then used that one side to cut out the corners on the rest of the boxes. That way I didn't have to handle a teeny tiny triangle and it would have been a little easier maybe, but either way works. And then I used a ruler to mark exactly the center of it to make my hole, for which I used my crop dial from We Are Memory Keepers, and I will have it linked in my Amazon favorites in case you are interested. And from it I used the smallest hole punch since it has two sizes of hole punches in there, and it is also an eyelet setter. So if you wanted to add an eyelet to your tags, you could totally do that, which could be really cool, especially for a scrapbook, or maybe if you are gonna end up using these as actual gift tags, which you could totally do. And as you can see, once I finished the first tag, I am using that one to cut the rest of them. And I am mostly using my scissors. I tried using the actual box sponge, but I found it was a little easier and faster with just my scissors. And finally, I just finished hole punching all of the tags, for which I am actually tracing with a pencil where I want the hole to be, because I don't want to accidentally mess up the tags that I already have done. And I am placing all of the washi tape that I want to use for my spread in my pencil pouch that you can find in my Etsy store. And here, as you can see, are all of the washi rolls that I showed you at the beginning that I had sampled in my paper pad. and I don't have to use them all, I just want to have them on hand. So in this case, I think I ended up using almost all of them, with the exception of the skinny confetti washi tape from Simply Gilded. And as you may have noticed, I had already whited out all of the days and the numbers in my planner pages because I wanted to use this date covers washi tape from Simply Gilded as well as the skinny one below it, since I thought they matched too perfectly not to use in this spread. And because the numbers in this planner are so big, I used the actual date covers washi tape to cover up only the numbers, and then the skinny washi tape to cover up the days of the week. And once again, that worked just perfectly. And then I cut out one piece of the pattern paper to place in my sidebar, but first I wanted to use this American Crafts border punch to add a bit more of interest and detail to it. And this time around, I punched one edge of the piece of paper, but you could totally do both edges if you prefer. I just love the dainty detail that it adds to any piece of paper, and I couldn't find the exact border punch that I am using in the video on Amazon, but I found a similar set, so I linked it also in my Amazon favorites in the arts and crafts section. Anyhow, there are many different beautiful border punches out there that you should check out if you are interested. And as you may have noticed, I decided to center the piece of paper in the border punch. Anyhow, that was not the best idea because of course I couldn't center it perfectly, so at the end I had to snip the bottom and top edges, so it ended up a little shorter than I actually wanted it to be, but it was just fine, so I used it just like that anyway. And since it was gonna be a little shorter, I also wanted it a little narrower, so I used my paper trimmer for that. Then I used some Recollections washi tape from Michaels on the edges of the holes, which later on I will repunch with my Happy Planner hole punch. And then I used this Happy Planner washi tape on a couple of the rows. Finally, I will arrange all of my tags in my spread how I want them to be, layering some on top of others, and then I will proceed to start decorating my tags one by one. This is just my planner spread, so I will not want to stay forever on each tag, but I certainly want to add a bit of detail to them. For this, I will recycle some of the tags that I didn't end up using in my spread to cut out some pieces from them and use to decorate the rest of the tags. And today, as the day I am posting this video, is actually my father's birthday, so happy birthday dad if you are watching. So I decided to decorate that one to use for actually marking his birthday, for which I used a script sticker from the Happy Planner and some washi tape. And now I am using a doily to decorate the corner of this other tag, and I absolutely love doilies. I think they look really pretty with the combination of the tags. And in the front I held it with a coffee sticker from the Happy Planner, and then in the back I just folded it and used some tape because I forgot that day was Labor Day and it was a holiday, it was a day off, so I just marked my Coffee Monday like usual. Anyhow, doilies are full of little tiny holes, so you won't want to use just a regular adhesive in the front, and even if you use tiny dots of glue, they can be a little noticeable because the doily material is very thin. So this is how I decided to hold it in place. And you can find paper doilies in the baking section of Joann, but I have also seen them at Michaels and the dollar spot at Target, and they are always very inexpensive, which is great. Now into the next tag, I am using some Simply Gilded washi tape to decorate it. And I like wrapping the washi tape behind the tag because you will not be able to see that, so that is not only faster and easier, but also I feel the washi tape ends up a little more secure. And then I will use my 3/4 of an inch EK Success circular punch, which is already in my Amazon favorites, to punch out a piece of a circle to layer on top of the washi tape that I just sticked down. And on top of that circle, I will place a little rainbow sticker from the Happy Planner to add more decoration. And you can use any tiny sticker in there and even any bullet point sticker. Then I couldn't find anywhere in my craft room the doily that I already used. It disappeared forever. So I used another doily to decorate in the corner of this other tag, and I wasn't sure what I wanted on top of it, so I added a tiny bit of this dotted adhesive in the front just to keep it in place in the meantime, and then moved on to a different tag, for which I also punched out another little circle with my Case Success punch, because I like to add the same elements to more than one spot in my spread. And I cut out a strip of paper to place behind the circle. Of course, you could have used washi tape for that, but I wanted to add that color in particular to another spot in my spread as well. And this time around, I decorated the circle with a tiny heart in gold foiling from the Happy Planner. And at this point, I decided to bring in some Happy Planner labels, and these are from the journaling sticker books. Then I added some lines to my spread with the Happy Planner stencil and a tombow in light brown, because I didn't want to add black to my spread, although I ended up adding quite a bit of black after this. But for now, I still wanted to keep everything pretty light, and I think the brown lines looked pretty well with these colors anyway, so I was glad I went with this color for the lines. Now, I don't know if this was a mistake. Let me know what you think in the comments. Bows or no bows, cause I went in with a black pen and added some strings and bows to every single tag, and I tried to draw the actual bow with a pencil first, but still they were not great. Anyhow, everything together I think looks just fine. Maybe they look whimsical, right? And then I also added some dashed lines, kinda like stitches, to the couple of elements that you can see in the video. And I actually wanted to do those in white, but I figured my white pens were a little too thick for those small areas, so I just went with the black. And then I also added some doodled little stickers, also from the journaling sticker books. And the lines of those were actually very dark. So I was planning on creating some text stickers in my computer with the text in black and the background in white. But because I had now these very dark spots in my spread, I used the Courier New in 12 pixels in white, with a white border in half points in thickness on top of the black background. And I feel that balanced everything out and tied everything together. And they are just straight rectangles, so they are very easy to cut down with your paper trimmer and scissors. So that is what I used in this time. And I used one to finish marking down my dad's birthday and coffee first. And then to balance them out, I added a third one on Saturday, for which I just did kind of a motivational word. And I personally used grateful, but of course you can write anything that you might prefer or anything that you might need that week. And for those, I used my Silhouette software, which is a free software. It is great, and I totally recommend you to download it and use it. You don't need the Silhouette machine to get use out of it. You can create some really easy and fast stickers like these ones with just that free software. And now I'll just create some flags with my Happy Planner stencil and pattern paper. In this case, I just used the solid side of the pattern papers, and I'll just cut them out with my scissors. They already have some adhesive on the back, so I'll just have to peel up the backing paper and stick them down to my planner. And I used them to add some decoration and color to the white labels, because those labels were pretty big, and because they are white, they just look like just big white areas. So they felt like they needed a little something to fill in that space a little more. And then once again, I just added some stitched lines to them. And I felt my spread still needed a little more color, so I added a couple of flags from the Simply Gilded washi tape to just a couple of spots in my spread, and with that my spread was all finished. I really like how it turned out and I hope you like it as well. Please give me a thumbs up if you do and subscribe if you haven't. Let me know in the comments what did you like best. And thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, take care and stay safe. Bye!